In this sales training, I'm going to deal a little bit with the marketing, but I don't just mean marketing like making a commercial, buying a commercial, making a radio thing. I want to deal with marketing, advertising as an across-the-board thing. What I'm hoping to be able to discuss is everything from doing a huge ad buy and the TV ad you put in it, all the way to the person you meet on the street. And what I mean is this: I don't care how phenomenal your ad buy is. If your ads stink, your effect is going to be bleh. And I don't care how little you advertise. If your ad is perfect, when you just meet the guy on the street, your results are going to be pretty fantastic. So I hope I tie this together correctly. My hero, my teacher, my mentor, the guy who I study the most on advertising, Roy Williams, always says a great detail: it's not the buy that matters, it's the message. And I agree with that. And in no way am I refuting that with today's point. I think he's 110% right. I think the message matters more than anything. What you say, where you say it, doesn't matter near as much as what you said. And I just said what you say doesn't matter as much as what you said. The message matters. The ad matters. The way you put it forth matters. Your use of language matters, and everything else. I want to challenge for a minute, though, the premise that it's all about the text, that it's all about just the verbiage. I want to challenge wide eyes. And this makes no sense, so let me go back and flow with the conversation. I will never forget meeting, my son was 8 years old. I was coaching his football team, and we had a chance. I got to go through this fast because I'll get lost with the fun of it. Loved those kids, and they loved me, which always makes it easier to love them back. OU was having its meet the team day. It was come get the autograph and everything, and I was off. So I called the parents and said, hey, let me tell you. So I took all these young kids, stood in line for hours. They opened up the thing. We got to go, and what a great day, man. It's the AstroTurf is brand new, and it's such a cool new stuff. And then the real grass field, and the cheerleaders are there looking beautiful and having fun, and all the other athletic trainers. And just the energy was cool. It was just a fun day. It was a great day. And they have them lined up because OU's fans, there's just too friggin' many of us. And you get in line for its running backs, quarterbacks, offensive linemen, defensive line, blah, blah, blah. The big stars, this happens to be Adrian Peterson's last year. I mean, 5 minutes in, they said his line's cut off because this only lasts an hour and a half, and it's already deeper. If you're in the back of that line, you're not even going to get to meet him. But this is a year that our quarterback had been kicked off. When we had a quarterback, we moved to wide receiver, that we moved back, blah, 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 blah. I looked at it with these kids and just said, I want them to meet the most players. This is about fun. This is about, oh, how exciting. Oh, big guy. Oh, college player. And it was perfect. It's what we did. We went to the lines, I'm ashamed to say, offensive line, defensive line, tight ends, because it was, you go through and had time to get in the next one. And then we went, man, nobody's bothering with the quarterbacks. So we go on the quarterbacks, and there's this young man, and he's a local boy. He's, golly, maybe 18 years old, fresh out of high school, and his high school wasn't 20 miles away in the same city. And it's Sam Bradford, who, as y'all know, goes on to win Heisman Trophy a few years later and sets all kind of records. Is one of the greatest quarterbacks in OU history. Great pro start, knee problems, who cares? But I met this kid, and I was like, oh, that poor kid is never going to be able to do anything. Because, I mean, he was just sitting there, mouth breathing, his eyes physically expanded. I mean, his eyes they were huge. He was overwhelmed. He was out of his freaking element. And I had made the comment about another quarterback and how focused he was and everything. And I was talking to my dad next year when Bradford had been slated to be the starter after his redshirt year and coming in. And I thought about that, and I said to my dad, I go, man, and, I don't think he's going to have it. And I told my dad about the eyes thing. My dad said, you know what? That's the exact opposite of what my friend Tom said. And Tom's a big booster, he gives money. He goes, Tom was there and he said, Benny, I'm telling you what, this kid Bradford's going to be something special. He goes, it was just talking to him, just looking in his eyes. The confidence he had, the presence he had, it was unfreaking believable. I said, well, that's the exact opposite of what I said. Your friend's nuts. My dad said, maybe. I end up being proven wrong. It's actually the only time it's ever happened. It was the first. It's never happened since. I am stunned. I want y'all to mark this, possibly save this video so you can remember the visual record of one time that Bob was wrong. How's that for some awesome sarcasm, by the way? but I was wrong. But here's what I take from it. I've hired a new salesman. Thought a lot of him when I interviewed him, came highly recommended, but his first day I was like, oh crap, I've screwed up, because his eyes are just, oh my gosh, they were huge. But I stopped and went, you know, Sam Bradford was overwhelmed. And his eyes the next day were shrinking, and they get there. Here's the point I have. People can get overwhelmed, and the reason we're like, oh gosh, he ain't going to work, and oh, he's overwhelmed, is usually it's true. Because they get overwhelmed and they just keep retreating. And they never stop being anything but blah. Step in, learn, practice, get freaking confidence. You want to know what the difference is between this and this? Confidence. Period. Absolute, positive confidence. You can read it in the eyes. Eyes are the windows to a man's soul. You know what they tell you? Is he confident or not? More than anything else. Is he strong or not? Does he know what he's saying or not? Does he at least believe it? Doesn't matter if they're right or wrong, you can see it. It's in their body language. It's in everything. It's right there. What I want to tell you is this. I challenge you that the message that matters most is the presentation. Why do we like to do business with companies that the owner does the advertising? Because we know an actor can make us feel. And we know we love that actor. And we know that we admire that actor. We know that Marissa Miller's got the curves. But that just means that some really great person did a great job presenting. I felt it. There is that with them folks, though, that go, that guy's ads aren't that good. She's not that smart. He's not that pretty. But it's real. And if the confidence is there, they see it, they read it, they trust it because they know they can trust you. You have to have the message. It matters most. I challenge you, the first message, the deepest message, the message that matters the most is from here. Do you have confidence? Do you believe? When you do your ad on big media buy, does it show? Are you wide-eyed Sam Bradford, or are you throwing a 60-yard bullet winning Heisman Trophy Sam Bradford? And more importantly, holy cow, what really matters is all the way from the guy you meet at the gas station that says, hey, what is that you do? What is you build it? What is whatever? To the person you do a phone call to the person you do a presentation to the person that is stressed and worried as they're building their home and you are helping them with the solution. The eyes matter. The confidence matters. The most important marketing message you put out, period, is that confidence. When they look at you, do they see crap, they're scared, or do they see somebody that, my gosh, is a fanatical believer? Last I want to say is this. Assuming you buy in and you understand, you're like, well, that was stupid, Bob. Of course I knew that was true. Or, holy cow, what a brilliant thought, never heard of it. The problem most people have is even if they get the concept, how to get there. Here's how you get there. Experience. And practice. Give you an example. I'm going to stick with Sam Bradford for a minute. Redshirt freshman, first year starter. Eyes the size of the moon. Holy cow, this kid's going to be awesome. Look at his eyes. Never played a game in that zone. I guarantee you, practice his butt off. Practice. 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 I hire new salespeople. They ask me all the time, what's the most important thing I can do? And I tell them, watch this on how to do a presentation. Now go and give that presentation 100 times in the next week. Give it to yourself in the mirror if you have to. Go to your mom and dad and ask them to let you do it 4 or 5 times. Make your wife sit through it 2 or 3 times a day, or your husband in that case. Make your kids sit through it. Give a presentation to the dog. Go to the church and people that owe you favors. Make them sit through one. Practice, 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 practice. I've never had a salesperson that took that advice that didn't do at least way above average. You know how rare it is that I get one that actually does it? Maybe 1 or 2% of the men I hire, the women I hire, listen to me and will practice. To close this up, how good is Sam Bradford if what he'd done was in that redshirt freshman year? Showed up when he had to, missed when he could. Off-season workouts, he went once or twice. You know, he watched some film. He heard how great it was. He watched other quarterback play and thought, man, I can do that crap. He may have had cockiness. He would not have had confidence, and he would have sucked. Are you going to be great? Is your marketing message going to be strong? Is there an area that you are weak and you know it? Whether you want to admit it or not, deep down you know it. If so, practice. Get to where the eyes are strong, they're confident, and they're tight. Get to where the message you have is absolute confidence. I guarantee you that is the most powerful marketing message you have. It will carry you farther than anything. Believe it or not, I hate to admit this, product knowledge matters. If you can put them on a scale and confidence and belief is here and product knowledge is here and they're opposite, boom, absolute dominance. What you want is a blend of both out of respect and everything else. But I'm telling you, and you get there through practice. Heed me. Listen to me. Become great. Don't be a lazy guy. Don't be a cocky guy. Don't be the guy that has excuses for why he didn't have the opportunities. It's there, my brothers. Appreciate you. Hope this helped. Hope it wasn't too long. Have a great day.